Someone just wired $25.6 million to criminals because he trusted his own eyes. He was on a video call with his CFO and several colleagues. Familiar faces, familiar voices. Everyone looked exactly right. Every single person on that call was a deep fake built from public footage. He only found out later when he mentioned the wire to head office. No arrests. Money never recovered. And here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. He did everything you're supposed to do. He looked. He listened. He checked. He still lost. So this video isn't about spotting deep fakes. It's about what actually keeps you safe when your eyes can't. Most content on this topic teaches you to look for tells. Count the blinks, check for blurry ears, watch for 6 fingers. That advice isn't just outdated. At this point, it's dangerous because it hands you confidence in a skill you no longer have. Instead, I'm going to walk you through what's actually happening right now, in 2026, and give you the specific moves that still work. And I'm saving the most important one for last. One idea, the one almost nobody is talking about yet. Stay to the end for it, because it's the only thing on this list that's going to still be true in 5 years. When most people picture a deep fake, they see one fake face on a screen, a politician saying something they didn't say, a scam ad with a celebrity's face slapped on. That's the version that got all the press. The Arup case wasn't one fake face. It was an entire fake meeting, multiple people, all synthetic, all built from publicly available footage of real employees. That finance worker wasn't fooled by a single bad actor. He was dropped into a completely fabricated social environment where everyone around him confirmed that everything was normal. That reframe changes what you're actually defending against. A deep fake isn't just a fake video you might stumble across. It can be a fake context, a fake room, a fake consensus, a fake emergency, engineered to make one specific person do one specific thing before they think twice, which points straight at the real weapon in every one of these attacks. And it isn't the realism, it's urgency. Every deepfake playbook, the fake CFO demanding an urgent wire, the voice clone of your kids saying they've been in an accident, the panicked colleague who needs you to approve something right now, is engineered to get you to act inside about 60 seconds. Before your nervous system settles, before it occurs to you to verify, the urgency is the attack. The synthetic face is just the delivery mechanism, which means the single most effective defense is almost insultingly simple. Hang up and call back on a number you already have saved. Not a number they give you on the call, a number from your contacts, from the company directory, somewhere that existed before this conversation started. A deep fake cannot survive a short delay plus a second channel. It needs you inside the moment it created. Step outside that moment and the whole thing collapses. So if you remember one thing from this video, urgency is the tell, not the pixels. Now here's the uncomfortable part, because I need you to actually give up on the idea that you can train your way into spotting these. As of late 2025, researchers confirmed that voice cloning crossed what they're calling the indistinguishable threshold. Trained listeners in controlled tests can no longer reliably separate a cloned voice from a real one. And it's not just voice. Commercial deepfake detection tools lose 45 to 50% of their accuracy the moment they leave the lab conditions they were built in. The tools that are supposed to catch this are basically coin flips in the real world. And the best detection idea anyone had? There was a genuinely brilliant one called RPPG, remote photoplethysmography. Forensic scientists realized a real human face shows tiny, near-invisible color flushes as blood pulses through the skin, and a deep fake wouldn't have that heartbeat. Clever. And in 2025, quietly defeated, because modern deep fakes are built on real source footage and they inherit the real person's heartbeat from it. The detector got copied by the thing it was built to catch. So here's how bad it really is. It's not just that you can't tell what's fake. Other people can now deny what's real. It's called the liar's dividend. Tesla's lawyers argued in court that Elon Musk's genuine recorded statements shouldn't count as evidence because they could be deepfakes. A January 6 defendant claimed real footage of him was fabricated. Once everyone knows deepfakes exist, and they do now, the guilty get a new card to play. Just deny that real things are real. Your real words, your real receipts, your real actions, waved away as synthetic. And there is no visual fix for that. That's the world your eyes now live in. So let's stop relying on them. There's still one thing live, real-time deepfakes genuinely struggle with, and it comes down to processing speed. If you're on a video call and something feels off, ask the person to slowly wave a hand across their own face, right across the eyes. Real-time face swap tech still breaks on occlusion. The instant something passes in front of the face, the rendering smears, warps, or drops out for a fraction of a second. Watch the edges of the hand. Asking them to turn fully to profile can help too, but the hand across the face is the stronger move. Current models handle side angles better than they used to. It's not foolproof and it won't stay true forever, but right now in 2026 it still has teeth. Security researchers call it challenge response. You force the system to do something it wasn't pre-rendered to handle. The verbal version is even more underrated. You've heard the safe word idea. Agree on a code word so you know it's really them. But most people get why it works completely wrong. It's not that the word is secret. It's that AI has no access to private memory that was never posted online. A voice clone will nail someone's tone, accent, and speech patterns perfectly. And it cannot tell you what you argued about at that campsite 3 years ago, or the nickname only two of you know. So don't rely on a password. Ask an unexpected personal question. A clone voice nails the voice and completely whiffs the memory. And one fast thing before the last point, because it's the version that affects the most people watching, and almost every deepfake video skips it. When people hear deepfake, they picture political disinformation, fake presidents, fake celebrities. But the actual bulk of deepfakes online right now is non-consensual explicit imagery of private individuals. Overwhelmingly women, ordinary people whose faces were pulled from social media. That is the statistical reality of what being deepfaked looks like for most people. And the survival skill there isn't spotting the fake, it's knowing the exits before you need them. Most major platforms now have specific reporting flows for this. The Cyber Civil Rights Initiative runs a crisis helpline. A growing number of states and countries have laws with real teeth. Knowing that infrastructure exists and how to reach it fast is the move, not blink rates. Which brings me to the one I promised you at the start. Here it is. The experts who are actually ahead of this have quietly stopped betting on your eyes entirely. They've stopped trying to detect fakes at all. Because the real answer was never detection, it's provenance. There's a standard called C2PA, the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity, and it flips the entire problem around. Instead of examining a video to guess whether it's fake, it signs media cryptographically at the exact moment of capture. Your camera, your phone, the recording device stamps the content with a verifiable signature, created here at this time, by this device, and unchanged since. The question stops being, does this look real? It becomes, is this signed real? You don't hunt for artifacts, you check the credentials. And a deep fake, by definition, can't produce that signature because it was never captured by a real device at a real moment. It has nothing to sign with. This is already being built into cameras, into phones, into the big platforms. It's not science fiction, and it's the only approach that scales because it doesn't ask human perception to keep pace with AI generation, which, as everything today makes clear, is a race we've already lost. That's the shift. Stop trying to catch the fake. Start verifying the real. So, everything else is your toolkit for right now while the world catches up. Break the urgency trap. Hang up and call back on a number you already had. Use challenge response on video calls. The hand across the face. Build shared private memories into how your family verifies each other. Not just a code word. Know the takedown routes before you need them. But the thing to actually build your instincts around. The one that outlasts all of it. Stop asking whether something looks real and start asking whether it's signed real. The man who wired $25.6 million wasn't careless. He was playing by rules that no longer apply. He trusted his eyes. Don't. If this changed how you think about something you assumed you already understood, the video in your recommendations right now will probably do it again. And tell me in the comments, which one actually scares you more? A voice clone of your kid or a fake boss on a work call? I read them, and they shape what I make next.